Now Moreno doesn't have his coach with him. He switched Krause, and I'm wondering how that's going to play a factor into it.
What is your take on that whole thing? I don't know enough about what happened. Do you know enough about what happened?
I don't know enough, but
doesn't sound good.
When I watch that fight, when I look at that fight, I'm like, this guy said he had an injury, then he just fell down. He literally just fell down. Like, it looked like he threw the fight, the one who he was cornering that day. Yeah. And then he came out afterward and said, oh, I had an injury. But it was like, at least act a little bit more if you're going to go in there and throw a fight. Like,
well, if you have an injury and you go and fight, it says UFC's Jeff Molina suspended for alleged substantial involvement in ongoing James Krause investigation. Substantial.
Yeah, he was on, I've heard a thing that he was on his Discord, and he said that, like, Jeff Molina said that, like, I paid my mortgage, my house, my phone bill, everything with this Discord right here. Make sure you guys join it. So, like, he was pushing it hard, so I'm sure, he was under Krause.
So his Discord, is that something that they were using for gambling?
Yeah, I think somebody was telling me that they had.
You're aware of this, right?
Yeah, I know.
James got a big smile. What do you know?
What I heard, this is what I heard, there was up to 2,000 people using that Discord for gambling information. And most of it was probably MMA stuff. Probably all sorts of sports were being talked about. But one fight in particular, the line changed right before the fight from, like, I think the favorite was like maybe -220 or something like that to then like -450, which is a 4-1 favorite. And more specifically, it was like of a KO in the first round, and it happened in like 48 seconds. And that fighter had never been KO'd or something too, is what I was hearing.
So people knew that there was an injury, and they were letting people know that there was an injury, so that affected the gambling line.
And then they traced that shit back to find out.
Oh, they fucked everybody, because now you can't bet on yourself. Like, if you fought Hamza and you're like, fuck, I'm putting 100 grand on myself.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighters that do that.
You should be able to gamble on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna gamble, at least, but now I don't think fighters are able to gamble even on like football or basketball or anything. Like DraftKings or something. We haven't tweeted out like I can't even get on DraftKings.
Terrible. That's terrible. You guys fucked us.
Freaking Krause, man. When he was on Air Hawaii before, and he said he makes more money gambling than he did fighting, and I think that like triggered everybody. Like, wait a minute, let me check what you do. And I met a couple guys in Vegas, and they were like talking about the situation, and he was telling me, like, one guy was like, oh yeah, I make like $500,000 each UFC fight. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah.
What?
He's like, there's fights that are, the line's still out there even after the fight's done. So the fight will happen. He knows who won and how they won. And then some of the casinos will still have the line up.
What?
Yeah. And he's like, he'll bet the house on it. And I'm like, you're lying. He's like, bro, I'll show you my bank account. Like, this is what I do.
Wait a minute. He's gambling after the fight is concluded?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's what I was like, that can't be true. He's like, bro, there's casinos. I'll look for the casino that has it. He said, all I do is gamble. And that's what I do. And I'll wait for the fight to be finished, and they'll still have the line up. And I'll go into the casino, put the bet on there.
That makes no sense. That seems like the casino should be able to get their money back. Like, it's already concluded.
I don't know if I'm snitching on them or not, but yeah, that's crazy when I heard
I think you might be snitching.
No names were said, right? I didn't
hear any names. I heard no names. Yeah, but I feel like you should be able to gamble. You definitely should be able to gamble on your fighter, and you definitely should be able to gamble on yourself. As long as you're not gambling for someone to lose, and if there's a situation like this where it shows that someone is either taking a dive or the coach lets everybody know, hey, this guy's injured, bet on the other dude, that kind of shit you really should be banned for.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't, I mean, I don't know what Krause actually did and what actually is going to happen to him, but that makes me upset. That's terrible shit. That's terrible. Especially, you ruined it for all these guys that, like, if you wanted to fight Hamza and you wanted to bet 100 grand on yourself, or you wanted to bet on yourself against Colby, like, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's a fun storyline. I want to talk about that.
Exactly. You have confidence in yourself that much. And
doing commentary, I want to be able to bring it up.
Yeah,
like,
this
is how much he believes in himself. He put 100 grand on himself. Yeah, but now you can't even do that.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is the company that found this is called US Integrity. They found it. I think this would be the PFL event. It says they showed fights that were taped a month ahead of time and aired them as though they were live.
No!
Yeah.
And people gambled on them?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God, that's so stupid.
This was one of the ones that he was telling me about, too. He said that, like, Krause put on his Discord that they knew all the results from this fight.
Oh, my God.
That's wild.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, they had all the results. He said,
so bush
he was like, I made like 200,000, but I know guys that made like 800,000 off of that. And it was like,
my God, you're going to jail, bitch.
Professional Fighters League Challenge Series. And I was like, what? And he was like,
that's
like
so dumb.
They didn't play the results, but like people that were in the crowd, they were like, we were getting texts like, hey, I was in the crowd. I know who won. You won all these things. Give me 50 grand. And I'm like,
that's insane. I can't believe that's real.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, my God. That's so unsophisticated. Like, how the fuck did they not know that the fights already took place when they have a line on it? That's so crazy.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think that's another issue, too, with, like, the UFC PI, where you see guys fight week, random guys are walking in, and if they see somebody getting worked on who's fighting, and they see, oh, he's getting his ankle worked on,